started, and we are underway from Cincinnati.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Right to the air is Burrow.
It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 48-yard line. They go play action with Burrow. And the Chiefs are going to get him. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Burrow. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Burrow.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Joshua Williams with a pick.
And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line.
Well, short of them returning it for a pick 6, that was about the worst start you could ask for in this one because your advantage of getting the ball first is gone, and they're set up a short distance from your end zone. Now you're counting on your defense to prevent a touchdown, and your offense, you better be ready to come out swinging on the next series.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. They'll run here with Pacheco.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown.
Isaiah Pacheco.
A 10-yard touchdown run.
And the Chiefs use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the 2-point try. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is not going to make it. They stop him up short, and this will remain a 6-0 ball game. So they went for 2 and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And they'll be stopped right at the 30. On a play that started back at the 15, they pick up 15.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 46. Play action. It's Burrow. Flush to his right. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Here we go. Running right, here's Brown. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
46 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
This has been a good drive so far. It's been a running game for the most part that's powered him down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a 1st down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
They go right back to the ground here, and Brown. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
2 yards left on 2nd down from the 9.
They'll give this up the middle to Brown. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Brown is in. Touchdown, Bengals.
He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was. And when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
And Burrow's going to look to throw for it.
And this is going to be hauled in. So they get the 2-point conversion. And now they have an 8-6 lead.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a 1st down.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
Score that tackle for loss to the Wyoming alumnus, Logan Wilson.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Jermaine Pratt fighting in and dropping him for the loss.
And how about that? Defensive coordinator perfectly in sync, dials up a blitz, and the man in the middle, he's the one who gets home.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. He'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket.
He'll get this into the hands of the rookie from Texas.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. Pretty good timing. He waited just enough for that post play to develop and laid it right in there.
And you know what a lot of teams do when they decide to throw a post route? Because it's a little bit longer developing play, they max protect. Bring everyone in, keep the tight end in, an extra back to make sure the quarterback has time to deliver the football.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Here's Pacheco once again. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. And now the Bengals are going to call another timeout. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. Punt. Not going anywhere. He'll lose a couple back to the 6. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal, and that is incomplete.
A good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progressions and ended up settling on his running back who scored on their last possession, but the coverage held. It goes incomplete.
Interesting, a chip shot field goal here would give them the lead, but instead, they're going on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again. His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Burrow will throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
Chase, the motion man right.
Burrow on play action. He's got a man, complete. Down the sideline he goes. And did he get in? No. Down at the 1-yard line. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
And what a letdown after a huge play. He's going to pull this in and then set sail for the end zone. And he nearly made it, too. But he's going to be tracked down just short of the goal line. So big play there that's going to set him up with 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's 2nd down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll try and run it in with Brown. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Chase Brown with his second touchdown here in this first half, as his guys are able to extend their lead. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the second time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
And unable to connect. They don't get the two-point conversion here.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Rolling to his right.
Oh, a dangerous pass there, and it's intercepted.
And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Now Burrow on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone.
And that is caught. Boy, how about that one? He reeled it in one-handed for a touchdown.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half, give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
They're going to try and run. And he is into the end zone for 2 more as the lead moves up to 16.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
He throws it on the move but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted.
picked off by Von Bell.
And the Bengals are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open.
True.
So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. Flushed out right.
That one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
This secondary has been roasted in this first half, and they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Here we go.
2nd and 10.
180. 180.
Hey, check. 3 down.
11.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Here we go.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It'll be the Chiefs football to begin quarter number 3, and they trail here as we are back underway now on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Well, the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That's into the hands of Worthy.
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but...
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Throwing now is Mahomes, eluding the pressure right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing the throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. Mahomes throwing on 4th. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's got this down to the 35.
So the drive will indeed continue. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Then their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Mahomes firing complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 20-yard line. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes.
That would almost intercept it, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be second down.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
So second and 10, third quarter. Thanks for tagging along with us here from the Queen City of Cincinnati.
Mahomes going to hand it off to Hunt. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13.
Here's 3rd and 3.
On play action, it's Mahomes.
That is caught.
And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Mahomes hitting his favorite target, Travis Kelce, on the touchdown pass. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half.
On that third down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a first down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the first down. That was the gravy. He decided to take in the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
They'll try and run it here. And he is in for the 2 points. And they're back within a score as the lead's cut to 8. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Jamar Chase.
His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
Certainly not what they wanted there, so the football by rule comes out to the 40.
Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
They go play fake. Mahomes under a heavy rush, and down he goes. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. A play action fake. They'll look to throw.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Battle.
And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Ready? Gotta go.
Check 3.
12.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And this is taken in at the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Before they can snap it, time runs out on this third quarter of play. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Handing it off to Brown. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Chase Brown taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Bengals have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here because those Mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to give their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best of the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
3 down, 3 down. Yellow, 26 left.
Now Mahomes got to have this one. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he can do there, and he winds up giving the ball away.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Got 3. Watch it. 12, 12, 12.
Chase, the motion man right.
You got motion man right there.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
And they go play action now. Burrow. And this is caught inside the 5. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Mike Gesicki, 31 yards. And the Bengals up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number one, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number two, if you are going to go for 2, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit and another first down.
And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late point. He wants this lead to stay right where it is.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. That is now 19-yard gains on back-to-back plays. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run it now with Gray. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Noah Gray punching it in from a yard away. And the Chiefs get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
This will be fielded in the end zone, but he'll decide against bringing it out. So they'll take over at the 30.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in.
Penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10,
right at the 30.
11, 12, 12, 12.
And from the shotgun, he'll throw.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only 1st down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Jamar Chase,
67 yards, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up the secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Eluding the pressure right. And my goodness, another interception. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. 180.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And again, it's Mahomes. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Mike Hilton.
And the Bengals are going to have it here just past the 25. And they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow.
Looking deep here for Chase.
Here's a diving catch right side. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talking over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
11.
From the red zone now, here's Burrow, 1st down. And this is caught at the 8.
And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Now it's Burrow. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Chiefs are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
Well, they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. And my goodness, another interception. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense.
12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, when they said before the game that they were going to try and execute every second of this contest, I guess that was taken literally, because here they are in the final moments of the fourth, putting another touchdown on the board, Charles, to add to this big lead.
I'm not a big believer in 110%, but it certainly applies here, doesn't it? Because some guys just can't go with less. As long as there's time left on the clock, they're pushing to get to the end zone one more time. They don't really care about what the optics show. They just want to finish the game off the way that they like to play it. Full speed, all out.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
He's going to let it fly.
And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Picked up by Marco Wilson. And the Bengals come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant show